road to go to 1-0 in SEC play. What was the difference tonight, Coach? I mean, we talked about a lot of things, a lot of factors that could have played into this thing in the pregame. What wound up being the difference?
Well, I thought our defense in the first half was as good a defense as we played since I've been here at Mississippi State. I mean, they shot 23 or 24%, whatever it was. I thought we did a terrific job in that respect. I thought we did a great job being aggressive offensively. You know, they're pushing it on us really hard in transition. When we got stops, we were going right back at them. We scored a bunch of points in that first half. That game, 37 shots in one half is a lot for us, but they kind of forced the tempo to be that way. I thought the second half, you know, their offense was much better. They made a bunch of threes. They were 6 for 10 from three. They shot 60% from the field. I thought we came out to start the second half, did a really good job offensively. You know, we built on our lead. There was an 18-point lead with, you know, after about 3 minutes. But they kept knocking down threes, especially number 24. I think he had 5 of them tonight. He was 5 for 10. P.J. Horn was really good tonight with 21 points, and you got to give him a lot of credit. I mean, he made 41 of them last year when he was at, and he made 41 of them last year. I mean, he's a good player.
How important was it to keep Wheeler out of the paint in the first half? He had the 3 assists, and then he kind of got into the paint and started getting going, and that's when the threes, it felt like, started falling for them in the second half. What did you do well against him in the first half?
I thought Abdul's ball screen defense, which is always a key for us defensively, was fantastic. The guards did a great job. You know, it hurt us that Iverson got in foul trouble that first half, and I thought Davon came in and was brilliant. This was his best game as a Bulldog, opening up at home. I mean, he grew up an hour from here. So he had a lot of family and friends here. He used a lot of the tickets that our players get. So I got to ask him how many, but I know he had a ton of them. And he played great. I thought he really played with a lot of confidence and poise, really handled the ball well. I was so happy for him because he missed all of practice this week because he had a concussion that he sustained. And it took, 3 or 4 days before he could go through the protocol to get back. I'm really proud of him and how he, led us in the first half. And those threes, he was 3 for 3 in the first half. They were huge shots. I thought Iverson had a great second half and really got us off to a great start offensively with some tough shots. And but our defense was good. I thought Tolu really played good defense, especially in the first half, and Kamara. And I had to use him a little more than I wanted to at the 4 spot because JD got in foul trouble. He got 3 fouls in the first 3.5 minutes that he played, and that really, shortened the rotation because I played Quentin strictly as a 5.
This is a long process, and I know it's only game 9, but a big road win for a team that features 8 new faces. Is this a big step when you're talking about benchmarks for teams?
Anytime you win a game in the SEC, it's special. Let me tell you. I mean, it is hard to do. This league is so tough, so many good players, so well coached. The team we played tonight had made multiple comebacks in their previous 7 games where they were down 12 in their last home game and came back and won the second half by 30 going away. So they won by 18, I think, in that game. We knew they weren't going to, fold up their tent. They were going to come at us hard, and they did, and we really withstood a number of challenges. And I thought, our players showed a lot of poise tonight. I was really proud of that. A lot of good leadership, and I thought Abdul was just tremendous defensively all night for us. He changes so many shots. He makes it so hard that they had to rely on the 3 because they weren't getting a lot of stuff done at the basket.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and start with questions from the media. Joel, go ahead. And again, just a reminder to queue those questions up in the chat. Thanks, everybody.
Ben, I was asking Davon about this, but the other night up here after one of the women's games in Starkville, it wasn't long after the final buzzer that it was late at night, but Davon was out there getting up some late night work and just shot after shot after shot. Just how much, I guess, from your vantage point, work has he put into it, improving on the offensive side? And then, of course, we saw some of the fruits of that labor tonight.
We did, and he's working really hard. And I think a lot of it is he's seeing how hard his teammates have worked, throughout the summer and the off season. And, it's something that's a part of our program now. The work ethic gets passed down. And like it's unbelievable how much work Iverson and like DJ put in on their shot. And you can see how good a shooter he's going to be for us. When he, and it's all about putting in the work. He put in the work to build the confidence. He was letting those things go, no problem. And he was shooting like 12% coming the game from three. But this is a whole new season. I told everybody, this is a new season. Non-conference is over. We're 1-0 in our new season, and everybody gets a fresh start. And he really took advantage of that in terms of his confidence, the way he played. I was really, really excited for him because that's big for us moving forward. You look at our perimeter tonight, he was in double figures, Jalen was in double figures, obviously Iverson and DJ were in double figures. I thought Cameron Matthews came in and made a big play for us on a defensive play where he got a jump ball, and he came down, got an offensive rebound, put it back in. He gave us good minutes. I thought there was a lot of great, play tonight by our guys, and really proud of them.
Go ahead and swing it over to Paul. Paul, go ahead.
Coach, along those lines, you're talking about the bench play. Obviously, Davion stood out, but how important is that for those guys' confidence with JD and Cam being able to make plays in crucial situations tonight to help y'all keep that lead in the second half?
Absolutely. JD had a huge basket that put us back up like 13, I think, or 15, but it was a big play because they were making a run. We just got to get him to stay out of foul trouble. That really hurt us and hurt our rotation, is his ability to play without fouling. And that's something that, I'll talk to him about here in the next 2 days because we need him. We need him and Quentin. This is, the one thing we struggled at was shooting from the high post, and that's something I think Quentin can really help us with, provided he does the job at the defensive end.
Let's go ahead and get it to Courtney. Courtney, go ahead.
Coach, your team shot 72% from the line tonight. How satisfied are you with that, given just how much you've struggled at that spot so far this year?
We struggled in 2 games. We struggled against Dayton and we struggled against Clemson. Every other game, we've been 70% or above. Unfortunately for us, both those games, we shot a ton of them and shot very poorly. So we're spending a lot of time working on foul shooting. And, I think that's showing in our percentage tonight, but we've got to continue to do it and continue to be something we'll do tomorrow. Each guy will take at least 50 foul shots tomorrow in our practice.
We'll swing it back over to Joel to wrap it up. Joel, go ahead.
Coach, I know that for sure you guys won't be overlooking them, but it almost seems like a misprint to look at what Kentucky's record is right now. And, of course, you guys will have them on Saturday. Just what have you seen from them so far? And I would guess that no one's going to be fooled by that record, I wouldn't think. Probably
No. I mean, you look at who they've played. I mean, I have seen them play. I haven't studied them yet. I'll start watching film on them tomorrow. I have one of my assistants who's in charge of that, has watched, 6 or 8, all their games from this year. But they played Kansas. They played Louisville at Louisville. They played Carolina. I mean, they played probably the toughest schedule in the country. I mean, the team that beat them at home to give them their first loss, Richmond, is really hard to play and very well coached. Anybody who's sitting in my chair understands that. That's a brutal game to play. I would never play Richmond again. And we played them at UCLA once, right before Christmas, and we were lucky to win. They're really well coached and really good, and they were good last year. I think they won at Alabama last year. So, they played a very tough schedule. They're obviously a young team, as they usually are, but even more so this year with a couple guys that went early that shouldn't have, that didn't get drafted, in my opinion. That being said, you can never plan for that. And, they're going to be very tough. They had Louisville and Kansas in the last minute of the game with a chance to win both those games. So we know how talented they are, how well coached they are, and we're going to have to play our very best to have a chance to win that game. And we're hoping we'll fill all the seats we're allowed to fill for that game at 5 o'clock on Saturday.